As the umpire holds the ball off, and we get ready with the rucks in Hardingham and Hurley. And Hardingham wins the first tap down, and great work through to Carbone. Kick goes forward, cut off by Carlton in the end. But they're going to retreat to go into it, try and get into attack here. Bodies flying in early. At the bottom of the pack, there's Hartwig for the Western Bulldogs. And the umpire said, give it to me.
A number of AFLW listed players playing today, so it's going to be exciting to see how they go, obviously having early season hit-outs.
And the return of Ali Blackburn as well for the Dogs is going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on and see how she goes as well. As Carlton come forward, quick handball up and about there from Bishop. Gorham getting a touch in there as well. A couple of inclusions today for the Bulldogs. This comes onto the near wing. Players throwing themselves in all over the place.
Get the feeling it's going to be a contested style game today. It's obviously, not even a minute in and we've had 3 ball ups, so it's going to be an in tight, close game all day, I reckon.
Both teams trying to find where they're sitting for the season, as we said, both mid-table. As player being ragged on and going to be paid holding the ball. That was a good tackle. Ali Blackburn on cue.
Yeah, not much movement here. It's fairly stagnant, so.
Up and through everybody. First one back there is Dersma for Carlton. Gets a nice little handball going forward, but it's on centre wing, and the ball's not coming out of that.
Both sides squeezing the ground here, so both back lines trying to push right up. Keep, obviously, numbers around the stoppage.
It's a fairly sizable ground too. Guessing fairly similar dimensions to the bigger grounds coming through. There's Carbone again. Good kick going forward. Misses the leading player there in Borg. First back there is the Carlton defence. They're trying to work their way out of it. Vesio trying to sweep a handball. Gets smothered. She loses a tackler there in Neckerp. And just hacks it out of play. And ball is out on the outer side.
Both Vesio and Blackburn getting their hands on the footy early, so that'd be encouraging for the spectators or supporters of either side.
A pretty strong crowd starting to build as well.
Yeah, beautiful day here in Melbourne. Sort of 20 degrees, sun's out, no breeze at all. So perfect days for footy here at the Whitten Oval.
Ball spinning back into play at ground level now. Carlton going to come away with it. Goss. Great little handball inboard. Working their way through nicely.
Downfield.
Free kick downfield. Tackled after it there.
Oh, bring it back.
Oh, yeah, okay. Shearer. Must have got tackled a little bit strongly as the ball went through. So Keely Shearer with a chipping ball down the Doug Hawkins wing. Finds Meg Robinson. She's going to keep going out the outer side. Find the ruck in Hurley. So Hurley going to go forward. Got a leading player out there. Dogs get back in numbers. Ball bobbling around, and that's a good strong tackle. And we're going to have a ball up. 30 round from the Western Bulldogs High Performance Centre end goal. First to the ball was Gorham. She knocked it forward. That was a great work. Taking a bounce down the wing.
Oh, I had to give it. Had to give it.
Yeah, 2 minds there, Neckerp. Sorry, Neckrep. Got to get that name right. It's Carlton just trying to work their way through. They have done so now with Lawson Tavern with a quick kick going forward. Into attacking 50. Austin gets worried out of it. Good, strong bump off the ball. Hands there from Solitis. They're just trying to work their way out of it here, the Bulldogs. Although just coming in is Austin, and she's done really well there. Hit it hard. Curry. Strong tackle. The umpire's called holding the ball.
Yeah, Austin had to make up for a fumble then. Obviously, ground ball below her legs, fumbled, which meant Carlton could close down the space and made up for it with a great tackle.
They've been a bit fumbly below the knees at the moment, both sets of teams. Play on's the call. Kick going forward here from DeMeo. Goes forward, and there's only Western Bulldogs back there. And they're going to chip the ball out and work their way through. It's neck rep again on that outer side, getting plenty of the ball early.
Dersma.
Chipping back in. Dersma setting there nicely. Blackburn getting herself involved as well.
Pretty scrappy affair at the moment. No one's really getting clean possession.
Very scrappy. The umpire's circling. As he calls play on. Was going to blow the whistle. Just ball it up, I reckon, get it started again.
I reckon this is our 9th stoppage in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, we're not taking inside 50 stats today. We're taking how many stoppages we got. So ball goes up pretty much in the centre. Henry for the Dogs. Working the way through. Oh, strong tackles being applied from both teams. And Western Bulldogs get a quick kick going forward. Free kick for holding. And it's going the way of Marley McLeod. One of 8 inclusions today for the Dogs. As McLeod, chipping ball. Trying to find a teammate in Blackburn. Can't quite. Blackburn goes back and gets the ball. Kicking forward. And it's been marked down back there by Layla Prince. Yasmin Dersma gets this one. The switch on the outer side.
Big raps on Dersma, so it'll be interesting to see how she goes today.
Yeah. Just another line of the Dersmas coming through. Got all the boys playing in the AFL as well. As Carlton have worked this up nicely down the Doug Hawkins wing. Great work by Mooney to trap it and bring it inside, attacking 50. Although a little bit fumbly there from the Western Bulldogs defence, although she's got lucky and got a free kick. Bit of afters going on.
The challenge here for the Bulldogs is they're really squeezing the ground, so their forwards are up in the Carlton half at the moment, so they're only a kick and a half away from the ball. But the problem with that is every time they've got the ball the last 2 times on the wing, there's been no one back to actually kick the footy to, so they've had to hold on to the footy, hence been caught with the ball in the stoppages. This has been their troublesome kick, coming off half-back, kicking to a 3-on-1. Well done.
Makes a good work there with his Carbone. Skinner's kick out wasn't great for her, but she made it work. And the umpire's circling, he's going to say, give it to me.
Yeah, it just wasn't the kick. It was a 3-on-1, Carlton to the Bulldogs, and she tried to pierce the needle by hitting that. Probably had to be a bit more patient with the footy there.
You can only be so patient these days, too, with the 30 seconds that the umpires give to take the kick, as a free kick's been plucked out for a high tackle. Dogs are going to come forward again. Carbone with the kick on the near side. Prince back here for Carlton. The opportunity for some rotations. Good strong tackle. It's gone out of play, but it's been classed as a sling tackle. Sarah Skinner's going to have the opportunity with the kick here.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Anyway.
It's the,
there's no movement here. The Bulldogs are very still.
Gorham provided a bit of run off half back, then ran straight into a defender, and that was not a great kick to Dersma.
It's exactly what happens, though, when Carlton blocked them up. They had no movement, so they're just forced to kick long down the line to a 2-on-1 contested scenario, and Carlton obviously too good.
So Dersma kicks back down the wing. It's turned over again. Asic goes. Right foot kick going forward. Bit of a wrestle up forward. Vesio's back to collect that. She's going to work in with Dersma, who's going to get run down. Play goes on. The tackle just didn't stick when it probably needed to. And they've been able to get a mark there, and it's Shearer. Get a bit lucky to Carlton.
Just another occasion, though, Bulldogs going forward. She turns her head, swivels her head, and they had an open player in the middle of the ground, but she elected to get it long into the forward 50. Hence the turnover.
So Carlton again down the wing. Hurley now having to do some work below her knees. Oh, big, strong hit there on the Bulldogs players on each other. Ball bobbled around. Umpires picked out a free kick going the Bulldogs' way for holding. And it's going the way of Courtney Ugle.
Former Essendon footballer.
Chipping ball into into centre. Almost bit off more than she could shoot. And it looks like she has done in that regard because Lily Goss has got it. Hands on to Wood, the captain today. Eliza Wood. Just kicks and hopes. And the first one back there is the Bulldogs. And that's close to being front on contact. No, the umpire says play on. They're working hard. Tell you what, Katie Prendergast coming in for, I believe, what is her first game. And putting some good pressure on.
And we have another stoppage.
Yep, going to be the order of the day, you'd think, as that ball is out of play. Right forward pocket for Carlton. Kicking to the left of screen in this first quarter. There's no score after 10 minutes.
It will be interesting to see today. Obviously, the big ground here at the Mission Whitten Oval. It's going to be key to who can use the space. And as we've seen at the moment, they're both just trying to go straight up and down the middle, and no one's really going off the line or changing the angle. So the key for the play today to score is going to be to actually, exploit the space and be able to turn your head and kick the ball off the line into, obviously, out of the traffic.
Nice turn of pace there from Snow. Kicks down the wing, can't quite find a teammate. Chain of handballs. Hurley's been busy early for Carlton.
The Bulldogs have no one to kick to now. They're all up at the stoppage here. All the forwards have rolled all the way up.
Lucky they get the stoppage because then they could roll back now.
Yep. But they're coming up very high and not turning and getting back. So when they win the footy around this sort of half-back centre region, there's nowhere to kick to.
So tap going forward. It's been cut off again. Henry for the Dogs. Chipping ball into a centre. And it's going to be Bowie for Carlton to intercept that one. And she's turning that over as well. They go on to Carruthers. Good switch here. Finds Gorham on the near side. Gorham's got players running for her inside and outside, but she goes inside, which got cut off.
She had Ellie Blackburn running into 50 then if she kicked it over the line, but obviously didn't see that option. Ellie's told her about it as well.
I can imagine she would, as Asiak goes forward as well. Bending over Mayor Ray Clifford to pick that one up. The umpire says, give it to me. We're going to get yet another stoppage. This time it's centre half forward for the Dogs. As Borg's gone into the ruck for the Western Bulldogs. Holding free kick. Going the way of the Western Bulldogs, and it's Jamie Henry. So Jamie Henry is going to go into attacking 50, and there's just no one there for them, and Hannah Bowie just takes the easiest of uncontested marks. Although that kick wasn't great, and it's almost been turned over. They've been able to work this one out for a little bit, but the umpire is circling, and he's going to say, give it to me. So now we got a ball up in the attacking side for the Western Bulldogs. 40 metres out from goal. Carlton going to come away with it. Robertson. But it's been set up nicely. Courtney Ugle. Been impressive early. Chipping ball. Finds Blackburn with a good strong kick. Can it get over the back? It can't. Good defence by Carlton. Although there's a nice little kick at goal. Great job there. And that is the first goal of the morning. I reckon that's Keely Hardingham too that's got it too.
I think you're right. Good finish. Again, had numbers at the ball, kept forcing the ball forward and got some effort for reward. It seems it's going to be a very stoppage-heavy game today. So again, the team that can look off the line and get the ball into space is going to be rewarded. That time it was just sheer numbers, pushing the ball forward and got the result. But yeah, I'd say the winner at the moment is the 13 stoppages we've had.
The interesting to note as well, the Western Bulldogs have gone loss, win, loss, win, loss. So by mathematical equation, you would think that they're favourites to win today.
Well, they're both fairly even, in terms of form and ladder position. They're both fairly even sides, and both have 6 AFL listed players playing today. So all things tend to a very competitive game.
I want to get a couple of thoughts in regards to the competition structure and a little bit with you, Lockie, if we've got a bit of time, if the play's a little bit stop-starty, as we've seen a little bit early, as Carlton with the Sydney and GWS sides. As Carlton come down the wing, work for Wood, and good tackle there, well rewarded as well. Sarah Skinner, been impressive off half-back today. And flying high. That was a good fly there. Layla Prince. Some spring in those heels. Just looking at the, with the, I suppose the Sydney and GWS sides that are in the competition now as well. some big margins we're seeing with those two sides coming in. Does it skew the ladder a bit, do you reckon?
Oh, I mean, it costs it will because they're not playing, full seasons. They're only playing certain games. But I think it's really good for the development of the game to give the opportunity for the northern states to participate, and also for the Victorian girls to realise that there's a bigger pool, I guess, of people. So, I mean, it's all about we're trying to find more players for AFLW. It's a quality competition. And the more girls we can expose to the level, the better off we're going to be from a talent point of view. So I think it's really important that we continue to get those sides involved and give these guys the experiences of travelling and playing. Because as they step up to the AFL team and for their 13-odd games, they're probably going to travel for 6 of them.
Yep, fair call. In that regard, as the ball's been worked into the Western Bulldogs forward line. On hands and knees, trying to work it out. Nothing doing from the umpire. He's going to ball it up.
It is very interesting to see how the AFL listed girls get managed over the next 2 to 3 months as they lead into their sort of full pre-seasons, and how many VFLW games they end up playing, because it's a fine line between playing them for match fitness and conditioning and skill development and playing them too much that they're cooked by the time the W season rolls around. Yep,
and that's not too far from starting itself up again, isn't it, as well? As the Western Bulldogs come forward again, Bishop. They've worked it out nicely, although that wasn't the greatest of handballs.
Good smother.
Di Donato, smothered. That was a good little handball across. Western Bulldogs going to have another shot at goal here, and they've got one again.
Outstanding smother by Sarah Skinner then to smother, then get the rebound, get the handball, and obviously the finish was absolutely spectacular.
And Keely Hardingham's got another one as well. That's her second. Working out nicely up forward for her today. As you said, Lockie, a great kick around the corner.
Yeah, it was a smother that created it, so coming forward to defend, got the smother on, ball bounced up, handball forward over the top, and then obviously finished the work. So sensational forward craft awareness then by Sarah Skinner, and then obviously the finishing was elite.
Sarah Skinner not getting credited with that, anything on the stat sheet, but 4 possessions at this point in time, and a tackle she has been credited with. As Carlton get a quick clearance away from the centre ball up. Dogs are first ones back there. And Pickett's been gang tackled by the Carlton defence, Carlton attack. They've been able to lock it in.
Important stoppage here for Carlton.
So Hardingham, 2 goals in this first quarter. Vesio finds the ruck there in Hurley, who seems like might be resting and play behind the ball. Dogs are going to get away here. They've been able to chip this one nicely. Play goes on. Great little link up.
They're out, the Dogs.
It's Borg, the outer side. Can they get it over the top again? One couldn't have been Borg, because Borg just got that then. Good work, Michael, as the ball's kicked into space. Who's going to get there first? It's a run. Blackburn and Vesio, and the behind wins out of that. That would have put some pressure on early.
That was, as I was saying before, the Dogs forwards are pushing up so high that when they win that footy and release over the top, they've just got nothing forward. So, not a bad tactic to kick to space, but without being able to get anyone back, it's going to be hard to convert. So Carlton need to be a bit smarter about how they play that defensively.
Renee Salitas going with the long kick there. So, which way is it going? How's it going to come out here? Quick kick coming out of the pack isn't going to work out, but Dersman's going to pick it up nicely. Handball across to Vesio. He's just putting a couple of dance steps on, controlling things and seeing what happens out the back. And great work to Trindale. Trindale, I believe, out of the Calder Cannons in her VFL debut today. The umpire's picked out a free kick. Going the way of the Western Bulldogs as they're on half forward. Into attack it goes. There's only player Carlton back there. Being able to wrap it up was Clifford. As the Dogs coaching staff leave the coach's box. We've got 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Pretty impressed with what they've seen so far, you would think. Shearer gets a handball out, smothered though. Trying to find the way through. Ball clean, bowls a few. Off the ground. Can they find a mark? No. Vesio. That was clever. She could turn around and see how long's left, but I reckon she's got enough time. Dersma tries to pick up a cheeky little disposal just right on the siren there, but...
Well, she's had 7, so she's the leading possession getter for Carlton at the moment with 7. Shearer's had 6. Goss.
Western Bulldogs taking on Carlton in the Rebel VFLW round 6 clash. And it's the Bulldogs by 13 points. Michael Van Dorsen, Lockie Buzzard in commentary with you this morning still. And we're into the second quarter in what was a very interesting first quarter of football. And they've been able to work their way out. Ali Bishop gets the kick. And I reckon the Dogs would have been very happy, Lockie, with what they saw in that first quarter.
Yeah, they were under fire in the first 5 or 6 minutes, and Carlton had all the ball forward, and they managed to find their way through and kick 2 goals to obviously be leading 2-1, 13-0. Carlton probably just need to start, again, we said it before with the Bulldogs, but they're not moving off the line at all, and they're playing very much up and down the ground. So the team that has the courage to go off the line will be the team that gets rewarded.
We've seen the return of Blackburn as well. Blackburn got one of the kicks there. Been pretty handy thus far.
Yeah, look, there's 5 AFLW listed players playing today with Ellie Blackburn, obviously, Borg, Hartwig, Carruthers, Gorman. So, expecting a fair bit out of all of those 5 or 6. And for Carlton, we've got Dersma, Robertson, Vesio, Austin, Goss, and Shearer.
So the switches come through. Gorman's picked it up, though, for the Dogs. Read that one better. Good kick going inside attack. And there's a free kick for a push. Darcy thought it was Carlton's ball.
I think this is Hartwig again.
It is Hartwig.
I think she's right on the limit here, though, so although no one's leading up, but...
No one's leading up, but there's a pack in the goal
probably
square.
Kicking from
anyway.
40. Drop right on the line, I reckon.
Sarah Hartwig, left foot, sort of floater. It was off to the left-hand side anyway.
Yeah, it didn't hit it so well.
Octavia Di Donato picking that one up, finding Lawson Tavern. Dersma out of defence has been huge.
It's their 8th touch.
Although that's not one of her better ones, since that's been turned over on the Doug Hawkins wing.
They want to keep coming this side, the Bulldogs. Keep coming this side.
And they probably can too.
Well done.
This is going to be a 2-on-1, but they've been able to work it out nicely. Crook. And you're right here, Lockie. The switch has been huge today.
Great
chipping ball finds Blackburn, centre half forward. And then they're moving it nicely. The zigzag's working perfectly. Good kick going into attack. Who's up there? Hardingham's up there again. Causing all sorts of issues for the defence for Carlton. And it's been wrapped up. The umpire's going to come in and ball it up. Hardingham causing an issue up there, resting forward.
Yeah, well, that just showed the virtue, though, of coming off the line. The Bulldogs won the ball on half-back, came across the ground. The whole field moves, then cut it back through the middle and opened up space and probably should have had a shot on goal. But, again, their ball movement there was exceptional. And I said before that those who have the courage to turn, swivel their head and go off the line will get rewards. And the Bulldogs are doing that with another shot on goal from a stoppage interference.
Yeah, holding as Hardingham's going back for what will be a 3rd goal for the day. I understand she hadn't kicked the goal leading into today as well.
There's no wind here, so if she kicks it straight, it goes through.
100%. Stabs at it though and gets it skinny on the near side. One behind the opening score for the second quarter. We go to 2-2-14. Playing no score at this point. So trying to get it out of defensive 50. They've been able to turn it over again. Carbone's been good in patches for the Dogs. Bodies flying in all over the place. The umpire's allowing play to go on. The crowd's still building here at the Mission Whitten Oval. As we've got ball up. Inside attacking 50. Good hands. Good tackle. And it's not going to be rewarded. For Carlton.
Watch for the run off the back of the stoppage here from Maggie Gorman. She's just sneaking forward for the Bulldogs.
Blackburn did some nice body work there on Shearer. Trying to shepherd it so she could pick it up, but couldn't quite as it ran out of play. Ball up, ball in. Just outside attacking 50. Great work there by Blackburn. Finds a teammate through Skinner. Touch ball's the call.
Good mark.
Play on should be the call because they called touched.
Ooh.
There's Demio. Struggles to get it out, but Carlton are able to do so, and they find Hurley nicely on the commentary wing.
Great leg.
Good kick. Trying to get out the back there was Mooney. Broken up nicely by Crook. Said good leg. It was a really good kick.
Yeah.
Just to try and almost break that line, but
they're nearly through. That gets out the back, and Carlton are away. They had someone streaming into the forward 50, so probably just the sun maybe affected her in her eyes judging the ball, but they've got a chance to win this clearance. I think they've been outworked at the clearances here, the Blues.
Which is something they're probably not used to. There's Blackburn. Don't know if she's been put on the ball. That's hit Dersma on the chest. Dersma wasn't aware of it.
Great pick up.
Had to go back and pick it up. Vesio now in trouble. Dersma working in nicely. Prince. And again, kick's been cut off by Snow.
Yeah, she's having a good game, Snow.
So the Dogs are going to come forward again. This is Gorman. Selling some candy and then passing it back to Bishop. Bishop's kick going forward.
And we have another stoppage.
Funnily enough.
Gee, there's numbers around this ball.
There's not many elsewhere. Most of them are inside the attacking half for the Dogs.
Yeah,
So
I reckon the Blues need to pull a couple out of that stoppage, because every time they win the footy, they look up and there's nothing to kick to. So they've over-indexed on the stoppage numbers, and yes, they've got the outnumber, but unless they're patient then with the footy building up through the midfield, they're going to keep turning it over as they come off half-back.
Yeah, they come forward now, Carlton. Can they get it over the next one? No, they can't. Asiak, Ugle, and now Gorman has a player inside, just overcooks the kick a little bit, but at the ground level. Some great work there by Snow. Crosses the paint of 50. Blackburn's at the fall of this. She slips over at the inopportune moment. And it's through for another behind.
See, as discussed, all the high half forwards and wingers are up behind the footy for Carlton. So every time they win that ball, unless they're patient, they're just going to keep kicking it to the three Bulldogs players who are sitting behind, creating the wall to lock the ball in. It's interesting to see what they do here, but my feel is they need to actually keep the high half forwards out of the D50, or one of their wingers has to go forward and create a contest, because unless they can be patient with the footy and play the kick mark game coming out of defence, they're going to keep turning it over, kicking to the Bulldog spares.
So the whole quarter, I reckon, has been living in the left-hand side of your screen. Carlton finally get a kick going forward. They've got a player out the back there in Curry. They might get something out of this, because this one's a tumbling ball inside attacking 50 for Mooney. Will it sit for her? No, it won't. But she's been able to worry an opponent out of it in Crook, who was able to comfortably see that over the boundary line.
Yeah, that's a big win for Carlton then, because they had two separate contests, had a 2-on-1, and the one won both of them. And so obviously got the ball forward. You know, the percentages say it's not the successful way to bring the ball forward, but a sensational effort by the forwards to fight and scrap and get that ball forward for a stoppage, you know, right next to the goalpost.
Sometimes I think you just need to get the ball forward.
Yeah, it becomes a territory game, doesn't it? Especially you know, when you can't get the ball out of your half-back line, you need to take territory. And Carlton did that then, and hopefully reward themselves here with a shot on goal.
Very strong tackle there from Vesio. And Darcy's been rewarded with a free kick.
I think the distance is going to test her here. She's going to be kicking right on her limit at probably 43 metres.
Checks to see if there's any wind, which is none. Ignores the leads that are coming Vesio runs off the line, play on. Goes deep into the forward pocket. Carlton are able to keep it alive. Good tackling here. And just walked out of play.
Clever play, though.
Was it holding the ball, sorry? I think the umpire called holding the ball here.
I'm not sure what that was for, to be honest. I thought that we had a ball in the right forward pocket.
I thought we did too. Just put the glasses down and thought there might have been something there. So the Dogs are going to come out with it. Robertson, sweeping handball, back into the corridor. So the bit of sustained pressure in Carlton's forward 50 at the moment.
Yeah, it's good the Blues have been able to lock this in. It's, the only way to score here is going to be to keep the ball deep in their forward 50 and repeat stoppages to hopefully they can win a stoppage like this.
Which is a nice quick kick out of the pack here from Prendergast. Draws a crowd. Free kick over the shoulder. Carlton get a free kick inside, deep in attacking 50. Now.
Gee, I'd like to see that one again. I thought that was just a good contest.
Simone Mooney. On what, a 60-degree angle here. Kicking to the Princess Highway end of the Mission Whitten Oval. Kicks. Gets it a little bit skinny. But they're on the board.
Again, the game's proven today that whoever can get the ball deep 50 can keep it in there because it's very hard to rebound. Obviously with the rules, it's both sides squashing right up the ground, pressing hard. And here we go again, it's coming back.
Di Donato hands it off to Demio, and that is out of play in the forward pocket. I reckon it was a good idea from Di Donato to hand it off quickly, but I think Demio had to come more inboard there.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a dead pocket, this one.
Oh, they'll be happy with the stoppage.
Carlton
will be happy with the stoppage, but yeah, absolutely. That ball comes back inboard, give the forwards a chance to run and jump at the footy.
You have a look just behind the play too. Hurley just lurking for Carlton as well to try and keep it in there. As this ball's going to be out of bounds on the full. Another stoppage here. Darcy Vesio on the paint of 50.
Great kick.
Good kick to the hot spot. Can they find a mark? No, they can't.
That was an outstanding mark.
Fantastic mark there by Tasman Crook. Just said, no, I'll take care of it. Dogs fans, no problem at all. As that one's out of the bounds on the full, looking for Blackburn, and it's going to be a Carlton free kick on the other side.
I reckon they just need to be patient here and not bomb away. They've been beaten in the air twice, so just be patient. Kick mark.
Wood.
And it's coming back out.
What was that, being patient?
Well, you just get the feeling that the Bulldogs had the numbers back again. They had their wingers back in there, their midfielders back in there, and had the space covered.
Yep.
And they just needed to be patient. Take a few more seconds, swivel their head, and look for a short, kick mark lead. Blackburn
with a kick. Carlton, though, set up a wall better than Great Wall of China.
No one forward.
And there's no one forward. They've got the runner out, but the bounce didn't favour Hartwig after she bounced it. If they can keep it going here, the Bulldogs, they might be able to get a one-on-one.
It's a great result. Great result.
But they've been able to win the free kick.
They had no one out, so nothing to kick to. So she didn't want to kick it.
So Hartwig stands on the Doug Hawkins wing, hits up Blackburn, who drops the soda. We'll give you a leave pass here, Ali, because that was first game back sort of material. And the umpire's really hot on holding the ball after that one.
Yeah, a bit of luck for the Bulldogs there.
This ball goes in. That's a good kick. Vesio stands under it, can't take the mark, and was tackled as soon as she took possession of the ball.
Oh. Strong tackle.
2:15s get up. Robertson and Hartwig. Roving the pack here. Blackburn, nice right foot snap. That's there. Ali Blackburn, welcome back. And that was a great snap goal off the pack.
Fabulous forward craft there to be on the move at the stoppage. Ball was put in the right position as she finished the work. And a celebration coming off. Look at her. Very excited about a goal. Some of the locals even with the woof, woof, woof in the crowd.
Look out.
Haven't heard that for a while out here at the kennel.
It's a 21-point margin Western Bulldogs way. 3-4-22, leading one behind 1 point. And that was a nice transition of play, even though there was a couple of stoppages in there, a couple of probably lucky free kicks. But
Rebel goal of the day, that one.
Oh, definitely. Definitely the way forward.
Just on top of the stoppages, aren't they?
Unbelievably well. As they're coming forward again, it's going to be Ramsey. Finds a nice handball inboard to Skinner. Again, handball to Klingbeil. Handball outboard to Hartwig. Nice build-up. Can they find a goal out of this one? And no. Play. It was just a behind. It looked like it bounced right on the line and did a nice little off-break.
It did, yeah. But again, just the ascendancy forward out of the stoppage to 3 or 4, linking up in play. Running play ends up with a shot on goal. Fabulous centre bounce work from the Footscray side. This is better from Carlton. A bit of a slower build-up. Not trying to obviously just kick down the line and hope they get a contest. They've got to actually find their numbers. There's not much movement ahead of the ball. So, we end up kicking what they'd done patiently. They then turned over by just kicking down the line to a 4-on-2.
It's Skinner getting the shouts, kick it to me. No one's there. That's just going to blaze away again.
There's just no movement from Carlton.
No, and then going away from where their rucks are too. Like, you got Hurley that's resting on the near side, and they kick it out to the Doug Hawkins wing, which...
Well, I like them trying to go off the line and go sideways, but they keep continually kicking. The Bulldogs have their wingers, obviously in behind the footy, so you're kicking to a 2-on-1. So they've got to be patient with their ball use, or they've got to run and take them on.
So Hardingham's taken another mark inside attacking 50. Here. Kick 2 goals, 1 already on the morning. We are still in morning. Very deliberate approach. Takes a bit off it. Kicks to the top of the lot.
Yeah, she really stabbed at that, didn't she?
Probably need to kick through it because I reckon she's got the leg on her. But that's her second behind.
They've had trouble with this, Carlton, getting out of the D50.
Yeah, as they try again. Haven't been able to get the mark outside of D50. At what point do you change the idea and just chip it into the pocket and just...
Well, they did that last time. The second kick out was a turnover, so this is a dangerous kick, but that's, again, you have the courage to do it, and it's going to come off.
Lily Goss has got it in the middle.
Just the Bulldogs player just fell over at half-back, and I'm not sure what happened, but...
Yeah.
She's on her haunches, so hopefully she's okay. The trainers are with her at the moment. I'm not sure if she twisted an ankle running or bumped into someone. Just out of the corner of my eye, her fall over.
It looked close to a Carlton player, but I think they're going to be okay. Shearer.
Yeah, she's up now, so.
Goes forward, just into the sun there, Mooney.
A high tackle.
And Dogs get a high tackle. That free kick count for the Dogs would be huge at the moment, I think.
And she's back up.
It's back up and going. That's good to hear.
Renee Solitis, I think.
15 for the free kicks to the Dogs. At this point, as good work there by Curry. Can't find a mark in attack. Strong tackle from Gorham, although she's gone high. Yeah. Carlton are going to have another shot on goal.
Just came in a little bit fast for that. Had to just lower her highs and hit the hips, and came in a little bit hard, wanting to make a statement, and obviously caught the head.
So Baldwin going to waste no time and try and have a shot at this one. Again, 2 shots from the same pocket. They've both gone skinny. Carlton go to 0-2-2. 22-point margin.
Just for Carlton, Dersma's had 12. Shearer's had 10. Vessio's had 10. Di Donati's had 9 and Baldwin 8. And for the Bulldogs, Snow's had 13, Hardingham 10, Bishop 9, Blackburn 9, Gorman 8.
As I think we've had an unrealistic attempt here paid against Sarah Hartwig, who got up high. Kick being sunk in there was Staunton.
Oh.
Good, strong fly there. The Dogs are going to come away with it, though, through Snow with another possession. Finds Blackburn. As we've got about 10 seconds to go before half-time. Dogs are going to be very comfortable with this lead.
It's going to play the clock out here, I think.
Couple of little possessions. Bishop back to Blackburn. Blackburn got the mark. She won't get the possession. But that's half-time here at the Mission Whitten Oval. It is 3-6-24. The Dog with you this afternoon. I can say afternoon. It's 2 minutes past 12 now as Vesio intercepts this one out on the wing. Doug Hawkins' wing turns around and comes back inboard. Finds Lily Goss. AFL listed players starting to link up with each other for Carlton. They need to get their hands on the ball if they're going to get an opportunity into this game, Lockie.
Yeah, they've really got to start to get to work at the clearances. They're behind in the clearances, and that's really what's costing them, obviously, the ascendancy forward. So if we get back in this game, they need to start getting their hands dirty at clearance, starting on their players, working off, and trying to at least break even and not give the Bulldogs the ascendancy. They've kicked 2 goals basically from stoppages, the Bulldogs out of their 3, and are leading 19-10 in the clearances.
There's Blackburn. Gets this one inside, directs traffic.
Great kick.
Great kick, finds Carruthers on the overlap.
Turn your head. Nah.
Blackburn's going to get it back, and we'll give it back to Carruthers as well. Carruthers goes inside, attacking 50. Out the back is Hardingham again.
It's amazing.
Good, strong tackling.
Oh, great goal.
Great kick there. That was a fantastic goal.
Ellie Bishop.
Ellie Bishop, great work.
Got one of the locals out here with his woof, woof, woof every time they kick a goal. Ellie Bishop there, just on that. It's amazing how the better players demand the footy, because when the Bulldogs won the ball there on half forward, if she turned her head to the right, she actually had Ellie Bishop in space on the top of 50, but she went back inboard to Ellie Blackburn, which then meant they closed the footy down. Luckily, they scrapped it forward, and Ellie ran forward and got onto a loose ball and managed to finish it off, but she could have got the ball probably 3 possessions earlier and end up with the same result going into goal.
So it goes 4-6-30, the earliest goal we've had kicked in a quarter. And the Doggies are going to come forward again, although good strong tackling there from Goss. Goss won a free kick and it's gone out to Vesio on the Doug Hawkins wing. Vesio being tracked by Neckrop. Goss gets it back after helping out, goes inside attacking 50. Cast 1,000 swarm to the ball. Being chipped around, Vesio trying to shrug a tackle, can't do so. The umpire is going to ball it in. Actually, just looking on the website, they look like they've credited to Renee Solitas.
Oh, did they?
So, in 56. Still going with yours, I reckon, Lockie. We'll go with you.
No, never doubt champion data. They never get it wrong.
It's Carlton come forward, keeping the hands free, keeping the ball moving. Is good. Vesio on a breakaway, chipping ball inside. Oh, couldn't quite complete the mark there in Parnell. Right idea from Vesio.
How good was Vesio then? Bursting from stoppage, the don't argue, balanced up, saw the movement inside rather than blazing away, squared it up, and unfortunately, she didn't hold the mark there.
Parnell. So, cast 1,000s again around this stoppage. Players trying to get it out of there. Dogs going in and hunting. Great work there by Carruthers. Good sweeping handball, and they're out here. They're going to go down the Doug Hawkins wing. Dersma, though, stands up strong and takes a good mark above her head.
Yeah, great positioning by Dersma. She's very good at that, getting out in front of her opponent and reading the ball in flight.
So Dersma goes to attacking 50. Vesio.
And this is their fifth touch for the quarter.
Playing on wing, I think started on the wing. And a good kick. Finds a teammate unmarked in Isla Baldwin, who had a shot earlier. Got a narrow, and she kicked behind. Not going to go a goal here. Players milling at the front. Blackburn takes a good strong kick and a good strong mark on 50. Vesio. Feel like I'm calling AFLW the way these two are going between each other.
It's a 6th touch for the quarter.
So Vesio again. Can she find a teammate there? No. Not at least on the mark. Ground level, there's a heap of Carlton players there. Without the ball, there'll be a free kick coming here. And that's going Meg Robinson's way. Sling tackle, tackled without it. Take your pick. She didn't have either of it. A little bit too over-eager there, the Doggies defender. As the kick's been taken a bit off, and Blackburn standing in the hole says thank you very much. I reckon the coaching staff would be frustrated as anything for Carlton right about now.
Yeah, I'm not sure the leading lane was open then. Blackburn hadn't moved. She was stationed herself there.
Tell you what, the run that Blackburn's had took them, been pinged for holding the ball.
Well, she got called to play on, so forward of her mark.
So Staunton with a right foot kick going into the right forward pocket. It's through for a behind. So Mel Staunton puts the third behind on the board for Carlton. Trims the margin back to 27.
Yeah, the game's been played in Carlton's half, this quarter, which is a good sign for Carlton, but he managed to get the ball deep in and then block it in. It's shown on the ground that is as big as the Whitten Oval is. If you can get the ball in deep, it is very hard to get the ball out.
So Bulldogs working within a phone booth. Nice little handball up and over the top there from Hardingham. Last touch out of bounds.
Great kick.
Good kick, finds Curry. Front of the commentary position. Curry goes forward. Not the greatest of kicks. A little bit too much up and under. Shearer might end up on the end of this one. She does. Kick goes forward. Can they find someone inside attacking 50? Good little soccer skills there from Pickett.
Tackle.
A good strong tackle applied on the outside. On the outer side.
Vesio.
Vesio is really trying to get a team going.
Yeah, she's been really good this quarter, leading from the front.
So Hardingham and Hurley fight a 0-0 draw. Carruthers, though, at the bottom, trying to work it forward. Blackburn, watch the pace go here. Turns on a dime, turns around, finding a teammate. Doug Hawkins' wing. It's Hartwig, who hacks it forward. Clifford leaves his Shepherd's opponent off the ball. Hartwig keeps going. There's no one forward of the ball here. Is the ball going to keep rolling? It will, and it'll go through for a behind. That almost would have been a rebel goal that they contender had gone through.
Absolutely. The ball movement again. Fast ball movement from the Bulldogs, getting the ball out into space and over the top into the old Pagans paddock, set up with the forwards right up the ground.
As this ball is out of play, left half forward for the Bulldogs. They lead at 4-7-31 to 0-3-3. Tell you what, this scoreboard helps for those that need glasses like myself. I'd be able to see it without the glasses, mate.
Probably see it on one of the planes flying over top too, I reckon.
It is massive. The ball, it's tapped down by the Dogs, although Carlton are going to shark this one away with a rare clearance for them. They've been able to work it out to the wing. Gorham, though, is the first one back for the Dogs. Hacks it into attacking 50. Just getting...
I just reckon that if Carlton are going to get back in this game now, it's time to go and even up the numbers, because every time they go forward, they're playing with their winger behind the ball, and same with the Dogs, but they're kicking out to an outnumber every time. So I think it's time, if I'm in the coaching staff now, I'm probably looking at let's go and even up the numbers around the ground, see if we can get some one-on-ones and get the ascendancy back on our terms, because at 4-7-31 to 0-3-3 halfway through the third quarter, they don't look like getting back into the game unless they make some strategic moves.
It's a free kick there going Eliza Wood's way. Player's been, I thought it was pushed under it. Umpire didn't see it like that. Carlton, though, still in possession. Woods ended up back with a kick that just scrubbed the foot before it hit the grass. Wrapped up there, Pickett for the Dogs. Dogs seem to be rotating their players a lot quicker as well. I mean, it might help that they're just below us, but I feel like they're running on and off quick, like getting the substitutions done better than what Carlton are at the moment. Although Prendergast roving this one nicely. Kick going forward. Can't find a target. Dogs are going to mop up trouble here, though. That is being tackled, holding the ball. Good, strong tackle there. Simone Mooney snuck up like, dare I say it, like a librarian. It's Mooney. Kick goes in. Good, strong mark at the front of the pack. They might get an opportunity here through Meg Robinson for a goal. What are we, 30 metres out on a slight angle.
I'll back her in here. Obviously a listed player coming back. Wind has picked up a bit now, going from left to right. So it's kicking into a slight breeze, I'd say, but I'll back her in.
So Robinson, right foot, keeps it low, and wrap a player up. They do exactly that for you, don't they, Lockie?
Well, certainly did not hit that well at all. It was lucky to go above headline the whole way. Good contest.
They might get another opportunity here, Carlton.
Yeah, important to lock the ball back in D50. They certainly all ran back out then after she missed that. Had to turn around because the Bulldogs were off to the races. They were going, so did very well to cause a stoppage and lock that ball in forward 50. And
it was Robinson at the bottom of the pack too. Dogs again with another clearance. Good work here by Wood. Goes one way, then the other. Robinson's got another mark inside attacking 50. This time she's too far out to score if she kicked it like she kicked the one before. Pushed out of that one was attacking the attacker. Hardingham with a sweeping handball.
Great
Bishop
chase.
Has been taking her time and got run down. Robinson's really trying to get her team back into this one. Quick movement. Di Donato's come up from the back line.
Every single player on the ground is in the forward 55 metres at the moment.
Vesio might get on the end of this one. The Dogs, though, are going to try and clear it below their knees. Not the greatest of kicks, but it ends up with McLeod. They're going to chain of handballs. This is some good work. End up with Salitas, the last goal kicker. And that's over the back. Is that off Di Donato? No. Ball has been out of play. And now there's mass changes at the boundary line.
Well, every player was up in the forward 60 there. Now they're all taking a while to run back.
Probably because half of them came off and half of them went back on.
Yeah. It was a bit like that, changing of the guard almost. It was 4 on, 4 off for both sides.
Great turn there, Carruthers. Finds a nice work there from Neckrip. Good kick into attack. Can't quite hold the mark. Quick handball off by McLeod to McLeod. Ball coming forward and standing there right at the back is Lawson Tavern. Haven't called her for too much this afternoon. Finds Dersma. Called early the first quarter. Not much after that. Dersma goes for a trot across goal. Kicks this one. They got 2 on 2. I reckon the Dogs are going to win out here. Great work, Bishop, with a kick. Can't work it out. Good handball. Finds a teammate. There's a shot there. Great work. Klingbeil. Millie Klingbeil has got a goal on the board, her second for the season.
Dersma just had to be clean then. Ball bounced up. She threw a hand out at it. Didn't take the ball cleanly. The fumble then created a goal for the Bulldogs.
And so they kick away again. This is becoming quite an exhibition for the Western Bulldogs.
They've just been dominant around all the contested ball scenarios at the moment and been able to surge the ball forward, get into space. Obviously, they're playing their forwards up very high. So once they win the footy, there's plenty of space forward, and they've exploited that on transition.
Their 2 wins this year have been by 21 and 2 points. So they're probably a season-high lead at the moment with 33.
Yeah, you certainly note that their spine has been strengthened, obviously, with the inclusion of the 5 AFLW listed girls today. But the reality is they're just out hunting the Blues at the stoppages.
And it's been well, Keely Hardingham in the ruck, 18 disposals, 15 hit-outs, 4 clearances as well,
she's been very
and
good,
3 tackles. Like, doing everything. So, #1 ranked player on the ground for sure. Been very impressed with that, with her game. Hurley goes into the ruck against it, Hardingham. Blackburn gets a clearance away here. Pushing free kick there every day of the week. So the Dogs are going to end up with it on the outer side. So we're taking the last 5 minutes of the third quarter. Chipping ball. Blackburn had front spot. Worried out of it though by Wood. Robinson back to help out for Carlton. Good strong tackle applied on Curry. Ball up, centre half forward for the Western Bulldogs. As they head to the Princess Highway end.
Just watching a bit of push and shove in the goal square back then, before the stoppage. Probably some 45, 50 metres off the play.
No, you're not going to get this. I'm not going to get this either. So we're both not going to get it. This ball's chipped nicely. It's just a bit of slow play here from Carlton.
Yeah, they just need to keep using the easy kick. Like right now, they've got 2 out in the far wing. The easy kick, there it is. Just keep using the easy kick. Don't try to invent something that's too difficult. Find the free player. Over the top again, now's on. Oh, so she ignored the easy kick out right there.
Yeah, Hurley did well to lay it down to her, though. Just not, I think...
Yeah, she takes that easy kick, though, and you get a mark, stop, reset the field.
I think the Bulldogs have just been cleaner below the knees today. That is a good mark taken. Midway through the back.
Gee, I like the courage to come back through the middle. Well done.
Dersma picks it up and goes from whence it came. That's Ugle tracing there. Blackburn goes and gets her own ball. Says thank you very much. Good kick, finds Clifford. Clifford's got Hardingham up in front. Mark's been spoiled there by Lawson Tavern, who's got some trouble now. Trying to work that one off the ball.
Yeah, just a clumsy tackle then. She fell above the shoulder. Obviously free kick.
Demio
didn't need to do it. They had them absolutely cooked then. Pressure the ball carrier. It would have either been holding the ball or she would have turned it over. But just a little exuberant to get in and put the tackle on.
Carlton again trying to work this one forward. Wood. Next one in the handball chain. Goss was there. Again, they get to about half forward and they can't go any further.
Numbers everywhere now for the Bulldogs.
So Essex finds a teammate on the wing. They keep going down the Doug Hawkins wing, although that wasn't the greatest of kicks. Look out, here comes Blackburn. Taps it out. It's a free kick. Going the Dogs' way. It's going Ali Blackburn's way. As Bowie tells Di Donato, get out of there. Blackburn goes deep, deep. And I'll tell you what, player at the back can't quite grab it. Did well there to stand up. Trindade had just take the tackle.
Yeah, she did well to get it in very deep. I'm not sure the options were there because it obviously went too far with the kick, but she's a lovely kick of the footy when she gets in motion, is Ellie Blackburn.
Oh, it looks as good as anyone. As Carlton are going to come away with it. Missing target again. Crook goes forward, and that's out of play on the near side. Front of the crowd there. As we tick into the last minute of the third quarter, the Dogs lead 5-7-37, 4 behinds.
Well, this quarter's been played out totally depending on clearances. Clearance wins equals scoring opportunities for both sides. Carlton didn't convert, but I think that, you know, when you look at these stoppages here, Carlton's got an outnumber, so they should win the stoppage, but Bulldogs have 2 sitting behind the footy, which are going to come into play now.
There's on cue, read the script there. Lockie Buzzard. Gorham with a nice kick into attack. And they're going to lock it in, Carlton. I reckon that might be all she wrote.
They've done very well at this, the Bulldogs, at locking the ball in. Once they get the ball in deep, they drop their high half forward and their winger come back and create a wall, and they have basically a 3-on-2 for the outlet kick.
Oh, I was just about to say, Blackburn had that read beautifully. She was bursting through, got it tapped down to it. As the siren's about to go, and will probably go now. Oh, and a good strong tackle to finish from Vesio. Last quarter. And it's been a dominant performance by the Bulldogs today in what has been perfect conditions. The wind's only really just started to pick up, but it's been beautiful skies. And Lockie, it's just been a clinic by the Bulldogs in a lot of ways, hasn't it?
Yeah, look, it really has been a magnificent day for footy, as you said, and you know, it's been a story of the stoppages today, where the Bulldogs have been right on top. They've been harder, they've been faster, and they've been willing to take a risk by going off the line. It's been a really impressive performance by the Bulldogs so far, and to be honest, unless something changes dramatically here for the Blues, I can't see them getting back in the game. They've been out-hunted, they've been outworked at stoppage, and you know, basically winning every stat available to us at the moment. So, you know, they're going to have to even up the numbers. That's probably one of the things we spoke about just before the break, is that they're continuing to play a number behind the footy with a winger dropping back, which I get. But when you're 5 goals down and chasing, you need to even the numbers up and actually try to hunt the ball and win some one-on-ones to be able to get the ball forward and score.
So Gorham with a nice kick finds a teammate in Salitas who kicked one of the goals. The outnumber didn't quite work, but it's a good strong tackle on Di Donato by Ramsey.
But the Bulldogs are willing to want to use the space. When they win the footy, they're actually looking to not just go long down the line, but to either look inside or look outside, knowing they've got runners coming through. You know, that change of angle causes chaos because the defenders then panic, and that enables the forwards to get some space. And
you called that early too. The team that was going to be able to swap it over and switch the play is the team that's going to win it. As Vesio's taking a mark on 50, has players streaming back towards goal. Great work by the Dogs to get back and defend there, playing front position. Player being tripped over or kicking in danger? Kicking in danger, the call.
Yeah, I'm not sure she had her hands anywhere near the footy there, but you know, the Blues will take this and a chance to put their first through for the day.
Tell you what, wasn't the only one either, Lockie. There's a few people going, what was that for? There's Mel Staunton. Settles over this kick, 25 metres out. Oh, no, probably 20 metres out. We'll give it 20 metres. Staunton, one of the inclusions for the Blues today, has kicked truly. And they get their first goal on the board 3 minutes in, or 2:20 into the fourth quarter.
Obviously, it must be her first goal for the club. They all got around her. Good to see them celebrating kicking their first. You never know, a little rally here. If they can get on top at the stoppages, as we discussed, and have the courage to go off the line, they might be able to put some scoreboard pressure on this Bulldog side.
Staunton, one of the inclusions today for the Blues. 4 inclusions, including Trindale, who's on debut from the Calder Cannons. So we're back in the middle. Hurley gets the tap down, but it's all Dogs at the fall of the ball. Incorrect disposal, and they're getting a bit of the rub of the green now, Carlton.
Staunton down from New South Wales, out of the East Coast Eagles.
There you go. Shearer goes forward, and a good mark slipping through there. Vesio, who's been thrown forward to try and see what happens here.
Amazing how 2 centre clearance wins ends up in 2 shots on goal, though.
Something you've been calling for most of the day is Vesio is going to pass this one off. Don't know if it was the greatest ideas, but it's going to work out for Lily Goss. Yeah. Lily Goss slipping down nicely, not being checked.
Clearly didn't have the leg to get the carry there, Vesio, so it was looking for options, and Goss presented up well. Has a shot at goal, probably 35 metres out directly in front.
And kicked a couple of goals in the 2 games she's played already this year. Comes in, right foot kick, makes the goal umpire work, and has kicked it to the near side.
Made great contact with the ball. Unfortunate result, really, given the work in the midfield. And as we spoke about, scoreboard pressure is so key in this game.
So chipping ball into the pocket. Call for restructure. I think from some of the Blues players to try and get this one. They've been able to chip this nicely, have the Dogs. Carbone with a good kick. Good mark taken by Georgia Borg. Again, one of the 8 inclusions for the Dogs today. Played well through the ruck. Although she's going to kick it to her opposite number.
And she really leant back on that kick then. Really leant back on that kick. Oh, they're out.
They are indeed, as they're going to come forward through Wood. Wood has Vesio up in front. She's marked. She's going to run in and kick a goal. And Vesio says, thank you very much. I think the goal went up on the board before she'd even kicked it here at the Mission Whitten Oval. And Vesio gets the team back to within 20.
Again, speed on the ball, took the mark, played on, lovely little hit up through the midfield, and then she rolled, had space in behind, and kicked the ball to advantage to Vesio, who was good enough to then obviously outbody her opponent and run into an open goal. Have we got a game?
Ooh, I'll tell you what.
2 goals in 3 minutes.
15 minutes, 14 minutes remaining.
20 points the margin.
20 points the margin. The old Lee Matthews rule says we do have a game. So the Dogs get the clearance just, although Wood's back onto this one. Good strong tackle on Robertson. Applied. Dogs are going to try and work it out through. Again, Skinner, though, has to go back and get it. Henry. Good tackle. Play on the call from the umpire. Tell you what.
Carlton are feeling a bit of momentum here. They're up and about around this stoppage.
Blackburn's come up around the stoppage too, just off the back. Hardingham. Here you go, Blackburn gets it. One way, then the other. Can't quite work it out. Ugle. The bright yellow boots. Goes the handball, and she probably should have kicked.
Yeah, they've been a bit handball happy here, the Bulldogs. The last 6 or 7 touches have all been handballs. They got themselves in trouble before by over handballing. And now given a free kick away.
It's going to Meg Robinson. Robinson has Dersma running shotgun. She ignores that and goes down the line. Looking for a teammate there. He's been able to keep it in nicely in McCarthy.
Last touch rule.
Last touch.
I do like this rule. I'm a big advocate for this rule.
So, can you explain it for everyone?
It's pretty simple. Whoever touches it last when it goes out of bounds, be it kick or handball, the opposition get the resulting free kick. So it's basically an out on the bounds free kick.
Yep.
It just means that you've got to try to keep the ball in play. It also takes the need of having the extra resources of boundary umpires be everywhere. So I'm a big advocate for the rule in all levels of footy.
Fair call. Curry goes forward. Vesio one out.
Yeah, they're trying to get Vesio one out in the goal square here.
And I tell you what, that is a good strong tackle applied on Austin. Although it does work out for the Bulldogs in the end. They're going to come away with it on the outer side. Salitas trying to go down the Doug Hawkins wing. Probably could have come inboard to Blackburn. Would have been a better option.
That's a super win for the Bulldogs there. It was a 3-on-1 to Carlton. The ball bounce obviously favoured the Bulldogs, but to hold that up and get a stoppage out on centre wing out there is a fantastic result for the Bulldogs forwards.
Just back on that last touch rule, and if it's a contested one where they're not sure, they still throw it in anyway.
Still throw it in.
And it's only between the arcs as well.
Correct.
Yeah. No,
it just gets the game moving, right? Yeah. And obviously means the game moves and you can take territory either way.
Yeah. No, I think it's been good.
Great kick.
Yes, that is a great kick. Good work to get at the front. Oh, front on contact. No, play on the call. Vesio's going to get 2.
They're up and about.
They are up and about.
They've put Vesio to the goal square, 1 out, and they've said just kick it long into her and she'll do the work. Outstanding clearance work there again, though. They're starting to get their hands on the ball here, the Blues, and they're starting to look dangerous.
They are indeed.
I don't think the Bulldogs have had a forward 50 entry this quarter. It's all been played in the Carlton half.
And they've done this in the first 9 minutes of the quarter as well.
Plenty of time to go. Vesio goes back to the goal square. She's saying, "Get out of my space. I've got this."
Not quite the stature of a Jason Dunstall or a Tony Lockett, but it's similar sort of way she's playing at the moment. As Hardingham's in the ruck for the Dogs, been good all day, but just can't quite get the tap work going against Hurley at the moment. We're going to see how we go here. Blackburn's coming up from the forward line to help out. Robertson gets that one out, and she's been really big.
But unusual. Another clearance to the Blues there.
It is. Di Donato smothered. Blackburn, handball. Another one works through. Hardingham sells some candy with a nice kick going forward. Can't find a teammate. First time they're inside attacking 50 for the quarter. This might work out though. Borg, can she pick it up? She can. Tackled as soon as she did though.
Well, that's on the footy.
And it has been called. Great pressure inside of attacking 50.
Ellie Blackburn's just down in back play here. It might be a cramp. Hopefully that's all it is. Trainer's just arrived now. Looking like a cramp. She's back up.
So Renee Soltis.
Not moving too well presently, but...
She's back up at least anyway. Soltis
with lovely kick.
Nice little kick on the breeze. Drew that one beautifully. Nice little in-swinger. And Soltis gets her second. And that's just the steadier that the Dogs need, 11 minutes in.
Yeah, I think that might have been the dagger in the game for the Bulldogs. The Blues have had all the play for the first 10.5 minutes.
Still only 20-point margin. The voice has gone up from Carlton too.
22 touches now to Hardingham. 11 hit-outs. 16 hit-outs.
Impresses. Carlton come away with it again. Shearer into attack. Gets over the back. Vessio's got it again. What's going to happen here? Play goes on. Ball comes out. And just sat on. Tell you what, Vessio's just getting some nice body work on it, on the opponent.
Well, it's certainly exciting when the ball goes forward. Darcy has plenty of speed, and as we said before, they've cleared out the forward 50 and said, get to work.
Show us what your skills are. There's a free kick going the Dogs' way, which will come back.
So the Dogs just need to calm down a little bit here and play kick-mark game. Just take some heat out of the game, take some time off the clock, just control the footy for a few minutes.
So it looks like Blackburn's down on the bench getting the calves worked on with two trainers for the amusement of the players.
Just getting a whole body rub. the AFLW listed players behind are giving her a bit of stick. It's quite amusing to watch, to be honest. The girls are having a few words to say.
Welcome back to local footy, they could be saying. First game at the level for 5 years, I believe, for Ellie Blackburn. It's been a good blowout for her, you could probably say. This ball's not going too far, although Carlton do seem to extract it. Curry's been impressive as well for the Blues.
Yeah, they've evened up the stoppages this quarter. They've certainly got their hands and got busy underneath. But I think the thing that I've noticed most about the stoppages, they're actually starting on their opponents and trying to work off, where previously it was a bit of Russian roulette where they were starting. And they've broken even or been winning the stoppages this quarter, which is a great sign for them to show that they can do that. Yeah, I think the breeze has picked up a little bit too, going to the way of the Blues. Probably a 2-goal breeze, which we haven't had.
Vessio, hand off. Great bump there. Who's going to get the opportunity on this one? Goes through for a behind kick from Baldwin.
Yeah, it's probably, as I said, probably a 2-goal breeze now that's sort of picked up from three-quarter time, making it hard for the Bulldogs going their way. But again, the pleasing thing for Carlton fans is that they've been winning the ball and starting to get their hands on the ball at stoppage.
Thought that might have been a mark, but not paid. Have they dragged it in? No. Good, strong tackling applied. Umpire's going to come in and ball it up.
See, this is the scenario we were talking about earlier where, my belief, I think Carlton need to go and even up this stoppage. They need to send their players forward who are sitting loose behind the ball, even up the numbers, and then hopefully get a scoring opportunity.
Ball's doing exactly the same thing again.
We're 19 points down with 6 minutes to go. Send your loose defender forward and have an extra number at stoppage.
Yep. Makes sense. Well, at least it does from where we're sitting anyway. Dogs using every part of the Whitten Oval to try and get this one out, and they've been able to do so with Carruthers, with not the greatest of kicks in the end by Dom Carruthers. Di Donato's the first one back for Carlton. It's wrapped up in the centre. Ball going nowhere. Emily Ramsey's got that. The umpire's going to come in and ball up.
That's interesting. The Bulldogs were short and on baller at that stoppage.
I reckon they tried to make a change.
Quick change, didn't get in time. Yeah.
There's Wood, has burst out of the pack here. Inside attacking 50. Oh, I was going to say good mark, not quite paid. There's just a couple of loose players around for Carlton, and there's a free kick.
Holding.
And it's going to be McCarthy. Sophia McCarthy.
She might get the leg with the wind.
She just leans back on it nicely. And the Dogs defenders with Crook doing the work that they needed to and forcing that over. It's an even 3-goal margin at the moment.
Yeah, 4 minutes to play. 3 goals in it. Need a turnover here, which we might have.
Oh, just in the nick of time. Crook. A bit like a West Indian cricketer, a bit lackadaisical. Trying to take that mark. Hurley really coming into the game in this last quarter. Kick goes forward. Vesio can't quite get there. Dogs defence building such a hard forward.
This is what we're talking about. Carlton have got numbers back, creating
Correct.
a wall. The Dogs have got numbers back. So we're kicking to us. Here we go, 4-on-2.
Ball goes in. Vesio at the back, can't take the mark. Ball hits the ground. They're going to try and run this one out. Asiak. Blackburn has an acre of space to pick this up and then try and do something with it. And she's kicked it forward. Found a teammate. Good kick. Salitas takes the mark. Waits for everyone to go in front of it. Going to find another teammate up the line in Hartwig. Couple of players cramping out there today.
Yeah, smart. She's just taking time off the clock here.
Yep.
Kick mark. Take 20 seconds. Take another 15.
That's all you really need to do.
Yeah. Protect the lead.
Bishop. Her kick's been broken up. Looking for Carbone.
So with 2.5 minutes to go, Carlton need to go as quick as they can, and the Bulldogs obviously need to go as slow as they can. So the Bulldogs have, is that a player in the middle of the ground?
Yeah.
Limping off.
Georgia Borg can't quite get through it. She's been trying to get a cramp out for the last couple of moments there.
So Carlton should have a numerical advantage on the field at the moment.
Correct. You got 2 coming off.
Oh, the Bulldogs have 2 cramping coming off. So
Carlton
Carlton have a +2. Obviously 18 minutes gone.
And it looked like neck rep was going to come off too, and then she saw these 2 coming off going, they might need a wheelchair for both of them at the moment.
It's like tin men. Tin women are running off.
Getting the Bronx cheers as well from the players. Ball was stuck on the far side of the ground. They just both tried to get off. Oh, dear.
That was very amusing. They both realised they couldn't impact and both turned at the same time and ran 85 metres, or should I say shuffled 85 metres to the bench, turning their back on the play.
Dare we say we see quicker 100-metre races at the nursing home? As the ball goes forward.
There's a minute to go here.
Great work. It is 21 degrees, the board is saying, so it is quite warm out there today, even though there's a slight breeze. Carlton able to break this one up. Wood shovels it out. Just picked up and hacked out of there was Shearer. Coming back again, though, from Hardingham. It's been impressive today. As the Dogs get wrapped up, tick down 40 seconds to go. The umpire's going to come in, ball it up. Some of your better players for the day.
Well, as you said, Hardingham's had 23 and been the highest possession winner on the ground. Together with 20 hit-outs and 5 tackles, has been the dominant midfielder on the ground. Robertson for the Blues has had 21 and 4 tackles. Vessio's obviously kicked 2 goals and been really good in the second half, having 21 disposals, 3 tackles. Ellie Blackburn's kicked off her season with 21 touches and was instrumental in the first half of getting them going and getting the ball forward for, obviously, conversion opportunities for the Bulldogs. And I thought Snow had been really good, especially in the first half, setting them up. Snow played with really good flair off halfback.
As that's the full-time siren. It's an 18-point victory to the home side. The Western Bulldogs here at the Mission Whitten Oval for round 6 of the Rebel VFLW. And they join